Welcome back, adventurers, once again to Let's Play Biohazard 3 Real Survival. In the last episode, Jill and I ventured to the upper area of the dead factory, and after solving a series of puzzles involving steam, we're actually able to return or restore power to one of the security doors. However, we are still lacking a very vital card key, which is going to be necessary to accessing some of the areas. Unfortunately, downstairs is pretty much probably crawling with more creepy crawlies, which is going to be incredibly irritating to say the least. And actually, Jill, I think it's probably a good idea to put your lockpick back in the upstairs storage locker. That is a good idea, ladies and gentlemen. So we won't be good on inventory space. It doesn't sound like there are any further intruders up here. But we are making progress. Unfortunately, we could be doing a lot better. I know I sound like a broken record on that front, but trust me, it's the truth. I'm going to put the lockpick these other items, to be sure. And I think that should be good. I'm going to keep hold of the reloading tool just in case we come across some more handgun or gunpowder. That being said, handgun ammunition isn't going to help us now, at this point, at this late stage of our survival. There is something down there. We're going to have to be ready for it. Gonna have to go down the stairs down to the lower storage area. Explore those final parts. Can't explore the area behind the elevator because that needs a key card. Key card for which we do not have. Oh, I'm really hoping that there aren't any sort of creatures that have made their way back downstairs, because would like to keep a hold of these mixed herbs for more important use. We are not entirely rocking on ammunition right about now, and that is a damned shame. But something tells me, however, that there are going to be creatures roaming around downstairs again, even though we just disposed of the drained Amos downstairs earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if some more reappeared. Oh, and they have. Oh my god. Oh my freaking... No. No. Oh my word. The hell with it. Nope. Freaking god. Seriously. Seriously, I have to have a handicap on that. Oh my freaking word. Ah. Real survival, ladies and gentlemen. I did not want to waste any more ammunition, so I could be sure I could win the fight, but well, we're here now at the lower end of the dead factory. There is a typewriter down here and an item box, but well, there's really no point in using the save down here because there is absolutely nothing that we need down here apart from well, in terms of actual backtracking or anything. That being said, there are some useful things we need to do here, some vital things, but Jill's noticed another document down here, the security manual. Security of the plant. Since this plant is a facility under the disguise of a deserted factory, civilians will sometimes enter. If this should occur, do not hesitate to shoot them. If they choose to surrender, arrest and then transfer them to the laboratory as new guinea pigs. You will be rewarded. Maintenance of the device. This entire plant is controlled by an epidemic prevention system. When contamination is detected in the treatment room of decomposed specimen pool, the plant will automatically be locked down for isolation. In that case, you must follow the manual to unlock it. If the contamination is over the limit, the whole system will automatically lock down. Then you must remain in the plant and wait for subsequent orders. Those who leave the facility without permission will suffer extreme consequences. Well, the Umbrella Corporation definitely had their priorities straight when it came to dealing with their facilities. Yeah, Jill is in worse shape for wear than we were when we got down here. Veteran instruments, none of which Jill Valentine knows entirely how to use. However, there appears to be something on this wall, maybe a switch or something. The answer would be or something, a water sample. And there's nothing more in there. Let's examine it. Sample from the treated drainage of this factory. It shows it has passed the water pollution test. We could put it back in. No. No, we need to use it for something. In fact, we need to use it to get access to the treatment room. Probably might have been able to take out some of the drained Amos. And this room is entirely welcoming. But I don't hear anything in the terms of creatures. Down we go. This is very claustrophobic. But I spy with my little eye as well as Jill's some rounds. And, oh, three sets of gunpowder A and Bs. That is going to be useful. Combine those for gunpowder Cs. Now, we could easily make magnum rounds. And what is that? Jill has spotted something over there. That is something very important, just as important as ammunition. Another first aid spray. I believe that makes it the final final first aid spray in all of Biohazard 3. And I really wish we didn't have to use those mixed herbs, but never mind. In any event, we'll deposit some items here in this item box after all. But we will need to take some things back. Facility key. And the item box. The first aid sprays in the item box. On our way back down to the lower treatment facility room. Get some more of that ammunition going, because we need it at this stage of the game. Probably going to have to use one of those first aid sprays, which will limit us down to 4. Which is really not looking forward to that. Anyway, combining 2 gunpowder Cs. And some more freeze rounds, giving us a grand total of 16, and we can get some regular grenade rounds from the regular gunpowder C mix, which is probably going to pay dividends in the long haul because we need to survive this. So, yet again, can't combine it with itself, and I'm panicking nervously, and grenade rounds, a lot of grenade rounds there. Marvelous. Is there anything else we, well, there's probably going to be more down here. Experiment related notes. Watch for the portion with no wave when adjusting the data. That might be a clue of some kind. Is there anything in here? Nothing in this cupboard? No, there is not. It doesn't appear like there's anything else on the table. Nothing. Nothing worth examining, it seems. However, there is this device that's down here. Water pollution alert. Blocking of the abolition area passage is now in progress. To maintain safety, the lock will not be released until a manual check has been performed. There is also something down here, some kind of UV device or something. Ultraviolet rays are applied to the water. There is a tiny slot where a plastic card could fit. Now hang on a minute. You've seen a plastic card before on the facility key. So before we do anything else, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that handy-dandy key, and more specifically the handy-dandy card attached to the key that was coated with some sort of substance. That screams to me vital importance. So let's do that. Let's see what happens when we use ultraviolet rays on this key. If in fact that is exactly what's going to be happening in this event. Hopefully we do better in our tango of the drain demos when we actually make our escape from this place. Let's use the facility key here. Let's see what it does. It appears to have done something. It's given some kind of barcode for the ID tag, which is excellent. The plastic card is radiating. It seems to show some kind of code pattern. That code pattern is going to be extremely important. But Now, it's time to interact with this third device that's down here. A device to check the water quality. A water sample seems to be required. Well, lo and behold, we have one such water sample in our possession. Right here. There's a device to check the water quality. Will you operate it? Yes, we will. Allow me to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to what has been fervently described by many as being the most annoyingly frustrating, most complicated, convoluted puzzle in all of Biohazard 3, the water puzzle. Yeah. The way that this puzzle works, the solution is conveniently placed at the top of the device. However, we have 3 lines, and we pretty much have to make the result of the 3 lines combined together to basically create the end result, which is exactly the same as the first result. Now, a lot of people did find this extremely frustrating to try and do, and I will admit it is fairly convoluted. Move that right, but that's not going to be good in the middle. Move it right again, and actually, from where I'm looking so far, it looks like wave A actually does line up well, but we still have waves B and C to deal with. Now, B obviously isn't correct because it's still a problem. We need to move it across. Actually, that is now. Move it right again, just to be sure, because I think I might have almost screwed that up if I kept it that way. And time for C. Now we can actually move this backwards. Let's check it and find out. I think we're close, but we're not that close. Yeah, we're on the right track, but I think we are on the right track. However, C needs to be adjusted a bit. Yeah, this actually is slightly more complex than we were going to think, but actually, that is going to be there. And actually, I think this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've actually, through a little bit of trial and error, I think this might actually be the one. Just to make sure. Haha, we got it. Took a little bit of trial and error there, but the water quality check has passed the safety level test. Which means that that way is now open to us. Lock seems to have been released. So that is going to be our next destination, to be sure. However, getting there is going to be no small task indeed, because we have to venture our way through a trio of drain demos. And yeah, we are pretty much going to have to play this as close to the chest as we possibly can. So that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Biohazard 3 Real Survival. And when we return, we shall head all the way back to the upper levels of the Dead Factory. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.